I've thought about doing this for at least, it's been a couple of weeks, longer probably, since I had this dream. And I didn't post it because, well, for several reasons, but it was a really strange dream. And usually I don't remember my dreams. They don't stay with me for very long, but this one stuck with me. And there was an urgency to tell about it because it was such a bad dream. It was an awful dream. And I was thinking that maybe it was something that came to me for a reason, that I needed to tell somebody about it. But then I started second guessing myself, and there I felt the need to tell about it, but I thought maybe there were entities or organizations maybe that had they have control of people, their motivations. They try to steer people and control them into doing and they have a way of infiltrating people's dreams. And I thought this may have been a diversionary tactic that they would use to have me tell a dream that was not true. And I don't know. I think that we're visited in our dreams by both good and bad entities. For lack of a better word, I don't really know what I'm talking about, but so I held off on talking about this dream that had very few details, but it was really disturbing stuff. And it was a short dream that doesn't have that much evidence to give. But another reason that I didn't post it was because if loved ones are involved and are wanting some information about incidents and people that they're wondering about, I didn't want to hurt anybody that, and because it doesn't seem like this would help them in any way. It would just hurt them. And I don't want to do that. I would never want to cause further pain for people who are in severe situations like that, waiting to hear about something. But I'm gonna tell it because I prayed about it because of this urgency that I had to tell about it, and I prayed and then I convinced myself not to talk about it. And I think that since it's been a couple weeks at least, and I'm still thinking about it, I'm gonna go ahead and tell it. So from what I can remember, it's been a while now, so which I maybe should have done it right away, but I was in another country. I was on vacation, and I was walking through it was like a Latino country. I don't know where. It could have been Mexico, Central America, further South America. I don't know. but I was walking around with 2 or 3 other people, one of whom I knew, and we were just kind of meandering around. It was like either stones, or it was like not it was like dirt and stones and mud, roads, and we just kind of walked along pathways, and we went into this one place that seemed to be it was kind of a dark open air, open walls stuff, and we went in, but it was daytime outside, and it was like an arcade, or like for children and for, I don't know. But then we went into another where there were lots of people walking around and stuff, and I went into this I and the other people that I was with went into this other room, small room that was enclosed. And then this woman came up. She was big. She was a really tall and large woman. I think she had blonde hair. And her and the person I knew went into another room, and we could hear them having sex. And but then it got where the person I knew was crying out like they were in pain, like it was like very rough sex. And I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this on, but anyway, and then they came out, and then so we were all kind of just standing around, and they came out, and everything seemed okay, and we the group I was with walked outside, and we're walking up the street, or this lane. It was more like a narrow street, walking up between stone walls, or kind of like a tunnel area maybe that we're walking through. And then behind me, I was the last, I believe I was the first one in the group, but before we went in towards this pathway, this lane, I had to walk. I was the front one in the group, and there was this puddle on the ground, and I kind of jumped across this puddle, but I still got my legs all splashed with mud and water. And so that I walked. I don't know if that's even, has anything to do with anything, but that was a vivid part of the dream. And so I walked up, and the other people were walking a few paces behind me, and then I heard this small boy, toddler. I heard a toddler just screaming and crying, in this bang, 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 tap, 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 smack, 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 like that. And then it would stop, and then it would start again, smack, 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 smack. And I heard a man talking in kind of almost a monotone, but just talking. And this little small voice just crying and screaming. And so I turned around and I walked back the same way I went, and the other ones, they didn't. They just didn't even seem to be able to hear what was going on. I don't know. But I went back, and I looked across a ravine or something, and I was on one side, or a culvert. Maybe there was water at the bottom. I don't know, but it was across were like 2 buildings, like stone buildings, or I don't know, stucco or something buildings. One seemed to be like an apartment building, but it was like a real rundown place. And there was like a dirt path going down, and I saw a boy on a bicycle, just pedaling so fast. He looked to be about maybe 7. I don't know how. That's about how old he looked to me. And he had, I think, maybe blondish hair. I don't remember exactly what color his hair was. Might have been brown, light brown maybe, or but anyway, he was on his bike, and then that man, I could still hear him talking, but not the toddler anymore. I couldn't hear any other, screams or anything. But this boy was just pedaling, and his hair, I remember, was kind of flowing back, and and I held out my arms to him, like somehow he was gonna get his bike across this ravine, which I knew wasn't possible. But he then turned to my right. He turned to my right and disappeared from view just as fast as he could go. And then I woke up all of a sudden. But this boy was, he was just the grace. You could tell he was a graceful little boy. I don't know why that struck me, but that's the only detail I really remember about him. He was little. He wasn't a large little boy. He was small in stature, and so he may have been older than 7. I don't know, but he was little, but he just, with the grace that he turned with his bike, was just heartbreaking to me. But I just wanted to say that night, because I had an urge when I woke up, because normally I don't just wake up like that from a dream. And another thing, I don't normally remember my dreams in such detail, if at all. And this I did, and it stuck with me. So I thought that I should at least get it out there. And if it's not important, it's not important. And if it is, it is. So, and I hope I haven't hurt anybody by telling this, because the little boy and I felt the other smaller child may not have been from this country, that they didn't belong there, that they were not supposed to be there, is my impression. But I couldn't tell you if that's right or not. So I just wanted to tell that. So that's it.